Good afternoon. It is Tony from the Fiberology Lab, and this is the first of a hope many of our Fridays sitting around the sewing table. I'm still working on a creative name for that. So I am live in YouTube and live in Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, there's a banner going across the screen telling you exactly what you need to do. You can comment, but I won't be able to give you a shout out if I don't see your name. So in order for me to see who's leaving a comment, you need to let StreamYard access your Facebook. So do that, and I'll be able to say hello to you. If you come in and say hi, I would love to give you a shout out. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I made an apron out of one of the tea towels that we sell, and how fun it is, especially if it's a personalized gift. Instead of just giving somebody a tea towel, you give them something that's a little more personalized with an apron. So I'm excited to show you how I made mine and what pattern I used and what towel. I'm going to make another one too. So I'm pretty excited. So just let's go over some regular housekeeping stuff. Oh, hello, Miss Linda. Hello, Miss Kathy. Good to see you guys. I am going to go over some housekeeping stuff. We are still part of the 12 at 12 virtual shop hop on Facebook and Comet Soul. If you go to Bella Rose Quilts in Facebook, they are on today at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. I'm coming on an hour early, so I wouldn't conflict with it. So I'm pretty excited that we'll be able to do both today. And what else we got? Our day will be next, the 12th. I don't have a calendar in front of me because that would make sense. But ours is the 12th. We're going to wrap up the whole 12 at 12 next week. Keep in mind, we have a new live schedule. I will be back Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern here on YouTube and Facebook. It's just giving you basically the weekly lab report in live version and have a conversation with you there. Hello, Miss Cindy. How are you today? I see a lot of you are on Facebook. That's great. And just remember, what I'm going to show today, because it's kind of a mini class, you want to go back to watch it. You can find it on Facebook because the recording will stay there, but it'll probably be easier to locate it in our YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to. So that will help you get notifications when we come live. So Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Tuesdays and Thursdays are our live sales through Comet Sold on Facebook. They are at Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have the Sissy Hour on Wednesday, so she might sell something or she might just show you what she's working on in her studio, but that'll be at 12 on Wednesdays. And then, hey there, Miss Sandy, how are you today? And then Fridays, I'm going to be here at noon, kind of giving some techniques and tips. And then I've got some other exciting things. I'm so excited to get this new adventure kicking off and going forward with the shop and with how I engage with you. I was talking to my good friend Jen, who owns a little shop of stitches up in Miamisburg, Ohio, and we think we should talk all live together and have fun doing one lunch hour show together. So that might be coming up soon because she's a lot of fun and we enjoy engaging with each other. We figured you'd like to be part of that little bit of craziness with us. So, all right. And I have other guests coming up too. So a couple other things that we got going on. We have a new forum in the Mighty Networks. That forum, what we're doing is we're not completely removing ourselves from Facebook, but I want to have access to people a little differently and be able to offer you videos in a little differently format. And so we're doing a Mighty Network system. And so if you click on the link right under the screen, you can go to bit.ly, bit.ly/friends/fibers-fun, and that gets you into our Mighty Network, and you get to engage there. We'll start doing more community-based things there. Also in there, we are doing our CEO Club. So you can join our CEO Club for this year. It's basically a UFO-style club trying to encourage you to get some things done in your sewing or your crafting space. You don't have to be a sewer. You could be a knitter or a crocheter and you want to play along. We'll give out monthly prizes and we will just build up something every week to challenge you to get some of your projects done and get organized and feel more comfortable in your crafting space. So you can join our CEO Club at the link below, bit.ly at CEO Club 2022. So have I missed any important comments? Hello, Miss Pat. How are you today? Good to see you on. So I am going through my notes because I have to have notes or I will have squirrely moments. This is not going to be a long, drawn out video. I was thinking, do you really want to watch me sew or do you just want the basic steps? So that's what we're doing, the basic steps. I'm not going to sit and sew an apron here live, especially if I didn't want to embarrass myself if I cussed. That would not be appropriate and I could get banned. So I decided it was best just to show you some steps. And basically what we're going to do with this project today is I'm using a pattern that we sell. It's called the Towel Apron from pattern from Montgomery. And I'm going to apply it to some towels that we carry in the shop and how I've modified the pattern. But you're still going to need the pattern. So I'm not actually going to do a PDF or any written directions for this because I feel out of respect for the pattern. We want to make sure we all purchase the pattern first and then just write your notes down as you're watching the video. Hello, Sylvia. Good to see you. It's chilly and cold there. Hey, Deb, it's pretty cold here. Oh, good to see that there's no ice and the roads are clear. That is awesome because, it's clearing up here. The roads are a little wet, but there's no ice either here. But I decided to work from home today because I've got some other things planned and some other videos to show you guys later this month. All right, so let's take off some of these scrolling things off the screen. And I am going to put this up here. But now I'm going to switch over to a different camera because it's going to be at my sewing table. And I'm going to go over there. So give me a second while I kind of flip things around and try this again. So can you guys hear me now? Well, I'm hoping you guys can hear me now. I just did a whole segment on batiks and you guys weren't hearing me. Can you guys still hear me now? I'll wait for somebody to respond before I jump right in. Okay, good. Thanks, Trish. I appreciate that. See, I have to finish up how I'm going to figure out how to set up things. I might still be a little bit muffled because I am across the room a little bit. Okay, good. So let me go back to this wonderful thing that I was just showing you. I was talking about batiks and wax. And so this is a piece of batik that came in a couple months ago called Canoe Lake. There's 24 pieces in the line. We still have a little bit of it left, but it had this really big wax. And I thought this was a great um, uh, learning tool. So if you end up with wax in the batik that you have purchased, most of the time you can flake it off because it's like flakes, scaly, so you can flick it off. This one's saturated. You can tell because it's it looks like a wet spot. So, and you can tell where I've kind of scratched it thinking, maybe I can scratch it out. And then I realized when I looked at the other side, it's all the way through. So when you find batik like this from purchasing, do not take the fabric and fold it and try to move it around. You'll actually break the threads and that spot will no longer be usable. What I have started to do before I went live is I took a paper towel and I stuck it under part of, because I wanted to get all of it gone before our live, but didn't have time. And then put it down on both sides, the top and the bottom, put my iron on there for a few minutes and pull out the wax as much as I can. You can see that it got quite a bit of wax on both sides. So I just need to go back to the iron and do that again until I feel that it's really pulled out a majority of that wax. Now then what you do is you're going to take it some really scalding hot water, like get some boiling water and dip that portion in it to kind of stir it around to see if it'll loosen up the rest of that wax. And you should be fine. So this is not a piece that you want to throw away. This is a piece that can be saved. So anytime you have wax on your batik, that's what I would recommend, to save it and try to use it. Because it's going to come, I mean, batiks, because the way they're made, you're bound to get something like that in one day. And the other thing, when I was searching for information on this, they actually recommended newspaper print to remove the batik. I know most of us don't have that around, so that's why I tried the paper towel. I'm actually going to try coffee filters next to see if that will absorb the wax as quickly and better than the paper towel did. So that's your little tip today of batiks. Hopefully that helps you guys in future projects. But let's get to the tea towel. I'm hoping you guys can still hear me. I'm twisting my body around to the computer to see what's going on. So again, the pattern I used is called the Towel Apron pattern by Karen Montgomery. I just emailed her today and got some more coming our way. Let me get my notes and what I did differently. So what I did, when you look at this, I used one of the tea towels. I did not put a pocket on it because the towel was here. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to adjust my next towel. Which to do, you're going to have to, and it's lined. That's the other thing. Hers is not lined because she actually uses a heavier towel. This, to me, a tea towel is what we sell. These are tea towels. They're really thin cotton. It's almost, well, it's not gauzy, but it's a flour sack kind of style. The tea towels in hers are like woven Donovan towels, which are a little thicker, so they don't need to be lined. But I love these. I love this prints. I love these. I want to wear them. I think they'd be fun to have to decorate your kitchen. So what you're going to first do in order to get this going is you're going to take your tea towel and make sure you rip out all that edging. And again, I'm not going to do a PDF on this, so grab out a pen. So when I tell you these numbers, you'll be ready to go and make your own. So I ripped out all the edging and then I pressed it out. What that allows, as you can see between the stitching, gives me about an inch and a half of extra space to work with this towel. Now these towels are 28 inches by 28 inches. And the ones that Karen uses is an 18 by, I think, 28. So our towels are a lot bigger. So they're going to cover us bigger people, like me. That's another reason why I love to use this. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull this out, press it. Then you're going to cut your towel at 28 inches square, and then your lining fabric at 28 inches square. And then you're going to put them right sides together, stitch around them, stitch around all four sides, leaving it about 3-inch opening, turn it inside out, press and top stitch. Now I really went overboard with top stitching with the little snowflakes to bring out the teal in this guy and the teal in the back, but you don't have to be. You can just do a straight line or a zigzag. You can do whatever you want just to top stitch it. Now I did top stitch it all the way around, the entire rectangle all the way around. Then I went back to Karen's pattern and I finished up the straps and the casing. I'm not going to show you how to do that because, again, that's all in the pattern. She also tells you how to measure from the center out. And I used exactly the same numbers she had on the pattern for this particular apron. And I love it. It fits. It's really big on the bottom and where most things catch. And then, as you can tell, I have reused this a few times. And I have washed it. So did I pre-wash? Nope, I did not. I stitched everything. I got everything together and I've used it, and then I pre-washed it. I washed it after I had it all together. So I love it. To me, it lays still pretty flat. The fabric works well together. So what I'm doing, the next one I am making, I love that squirrel apron I made, but the problem is the design was on the bottom part of the apron. So I really wanted to put pockets. Well, I can't put a pocket in because the squirrels are on the bottom. So what I'm going to do for the next one is cut the tea towel in half and add fabric on the bottom and add a pocket here according to Karen's pattern. So what I did in this case is I cut this at 14 1/4 and 28 inches, and this bottom piece at 14 1/4 and 28 inches. So when you sew these two pieces together, it should be 28 inches. Rinse and repeat. You add that lining fabric on top of it, sew it inside out, turn it around, and then just follow the rest of the directions on that pattern. So I'm really excited about this because then also people are going to be looking up at you, and you can have pockets. So I'm going to be working on this one this afternoon so I can start wearing it in this in our show. So if you have any questions, does anybody have any questions? Did I go too fast? Let me flip back to my other camera. Still learning how to do all this. I'm trying to get this all situated and working well. So really simple little tips on how to adapt that pattern. Most of you probably already have it because she's done it many times. And with other shops that we are part of, what the groups with, like the Symposium, you probably have that pattern. So it's really easy to just adapt it to a lined apron and use one of our cool tea towels. And you can always get our cool tea towels. I put a little link underneath our video here. Go to bit.ly/tea towel apron. It'll have all the different towels we have in stock right now, and then also the tea towel pattern if you don't have it already. Linda, I also like the idea of having pockets in an apron, mainly for like a hand towel or something. I'm thinking about how to actually incorporate another towel kind of thing as a pocket versus putting a pocket. I'm just playing around. I like playing around, and hopefully that will be fun for you too. So good. I'm glad everyone got to hear all that. Let's see what else I got going on. So does anybody have any questions? Again, trying to learn how the system works and interacting with you. This is a totally different way. I see a lot of you are on Facebook, which is great. But like I said, this video will be available in your YouTube as well. When you come back, you can find it easier. Did you guys like the tip of the batiks? Is that something you want to see? What piques your interest in what you would like to see from me to give to you? What kind of information? So I'm going to try to do special guests. That's going to be fun. Probably not for another week or two, but we'll probably just get some special guests in. Sissy and I have talked about also engaging together in the split screen situation. So we're still working on that too. But that was our quick around the sewing table for this afternoon for our first Friday in January. I'm very sunny because we have a reflection of snow out there, and then we also have a very bright sun, but it's bitter cold. It's cold here. I hope it's warm wherever you guys are at. Yeah, I agree with the wax on the batiks there, Deb. Thanks so much for saying something, because People normally think that you can't use that batik and they'll toss it, and that's not true. Just there's ways around everything. So that would be a great, if you have other questions, like if something comes, how do you fix something? Let me know, and I will do another demonstration on something like that. So I'm gonna go and sew a new apron and show you guys Pride Monday morning with it. If you have any questions, you always can email me at info@fibrologylab.com, or you can leave them in the comments. I do read comments and come back and answer them. And I will be back Monday morning at 9 a.m. Until then, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm, have fun sewing, and we will see you soon. Remember, we are friends, fibers, and fun.